Okay guys, I'm back with the live game commentating. So Liquid.Miracle is not playing Terrorblade. It seems like a really good game. Liquid is rank 35, 89, so everyone is a really good player. I kind of want to see the Slug playing, but okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I would usually focus on the pro players so that like everybody can learn how they play in players perspective. But in this game I think I want to like see how Slug is playing against Miracle, so it would be fun to figure things out, to like indirectly understand how it feels like to play against Miracle. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, the game just started, luckily. Someone asked me to do this. Last it in the left panel. Oh, 2,000 spectators here. Okay. Okay, this is actually really good. Well, right here, what went wrong is Spectre's, Slug's skill build. I don't think this should be pounce. It should almost always be Essence Shift, not pounce. If it was Essence Shift, I think Underlord was dead. Now that they reworked the stats and Slug is really good, that was my prediction. It should have been the Essence Shift. Because as you hit them, what's going to happen is, yeah, Slug gets agility, but Slug also soak up the movement speed. Now that agility affects the movement speed of every hero, Slug actually moves faster and Underlords move really slow. And combined with the Arctic Burn from Winter Raven, I think Underlord might have died there. I don't think Elder Titan could have saved him. Okay, so I think it's gonna be fun. Terrorblade is Miracle, playing Seth Gary. So let's actually go over the lineup first, now that this guy's disconnected for some reason. Yeah, this is a perfect time to go over the lineup. Let me go over a bit. Liquid playing Terrorblade. They're still picking Terrorblade. So from the recent patch, they didn't really nerf him. They nerfed the tower gold, so it's an indirect nerf to those that can hit tower early. The Terrorblade is still a kind of ridiculous hero. This is still good, so everybody's picking Terrorblade. Underlord is the offlaner. Storm spread mid. Look, Rubik playing support. Elder Titan playing a number 4, I believe. And now they're going 2-1-2. Slug is the enemy saving carry. Tuskar is a roamer. Tidehunter offlaner. Winter Raven has been picked as a support. So I think Winter Raven is like just saying that I'm gonna counter your Terrorblade. And Tinker mid. Okay. The guy is isolated. Nice pounce. It's gonna die. What I really find somewhat interesting in this game is that in my game, if you look at the ward position in the minimap, so not like they're just trading HP and pushing out. If you look at the ward boarding position, the Dire team has put down a ward right here in the lane. So this ward is really hard to predict. So it's very unlikely to get dewarded. And secondly, what this ward does is you actually see the rotation from the enemy team. So this ward, I will understand this ward. I think I'm learning why this ward is working right here. And they don't have a mid ward. So in pub games, it is like general sense that everyone wants to put down a ward in the middle, one ward in the middle, one ward in the offlane. But this is how the 7k average players are playing. They're thinking differently, and look at the warding position. The ward here is just seeing everyone, and the ward right here is protecting the Tidehunter from the possible rotation, and Tinker does not need a ward. So Slug got Magic Wand, and he got the range up right away. This is also things that are being played differently. What other pub players will do, like people under 4K MMR, they don't get the range up as a 7 carry. They almost never do. What they will do is, if they get a chance to use a courier, they will deliver something like Wraithband and finish the Kula, or something like Brown Boots. But note that 7k players, from what I observed, they almost never get Brown Boots, unless it is really needed. So this is something that you guys can think about. Nice Dark Pact. Elder Titan hits like truck, but Slug survived with the raindrop and the magic wand. So this is how like raindrop is now paying off, and look at how he's juking. Underlord still hits hard with his passive. But this should be his build. There are like many players that just go for the Pit of Malice at pre-level 6, but that is wrong. This build is much stronger. Just a note. Rotation from Tuskar is coming. Don't think Elder Titan is going to survive. Slug is hard, guys. Slug hits hard. Slug hits hard, okay. But Underlord hits harder. Yeah, it's okay. What sucks is that now the Slug has to walk back to the lane because TP is on cooldown. So if that happened rather differently and Slug ended up not dying, it that would have been a lane winning situation. But thank God Underlord kills Slug. This lane is now still breaking down even. So this Tidehunter is just a pop star, right? It's not a pro player. Rank 302. Playing against Miracle. Storm is keep dying to the gank by from the gank of, well, did he gank? No, I think Tinker solo killed Storm. Okay, so that shit happens. Okay, so Tinker is now solo killing Storm Spirit, which is actually entirely possible to happen. So you guys know that Storm Spirit counter Tinker, right? Tinker gets countered by Storm, but in reality, in the laning phase, Storm is not good at all versus Tinker. Tinker can very easily own Storm Spirit in 1-versus-1 situation in the middle. So what support has to do is they really have to babysit Storm Spirit until he gets level 6. So now Storm is rotating back to jungle. So this is all he can do actually. He cannot do anything else. Look at his item build. Like, look at his item, how poor he is. Like, it's under level. So this is a shit game for Storm Spirit. But all he can do at this point is now that Tinker is getting a lot of levels. Tinker is out leveling them. Okay, let's watch this. Wow, look at Slug, how like going in and out of the battle. Underlord is hitting too hard. They really want to kill him, but none of them can dare to go near him. I think Slug can kill him actually now, but I think okay. Oh, that was a misjudgment by Tuskar. If Tuskar actually ran into Underlord, this guy was dead. So Tuskar is typing sorry. That was a mistake, so he misclicked it. But Slug had 6 charges in magic wand, so that could have been a kill, definitely. But they messed up. Okay, so things messed up. Tinker is level 7, and this is very interesting. Rotation from Tinker. One more? Okay, it's gonna die. Very good rotation. This doesn't really happen, right? Tinker is the kind of guy, like, before he gets boost up treble, he wants to play kind of static and just play around his own lane, but this Tinker knew that killing Underlord can actually reward him a lot of gold. Tinker got like what? 479. This is totally worth it. Like, that's a lot of gold. So Tinker is again getting close to boost up treble. Very nice rotation by Tinker. Very brave one, to be honest. But like, he's making the right decision. And Storm, like I said, he cannot show himself in the lane. So Rubik is now playing middle, but he's still a support. But what they're doing now is they figured out that Storm cannot lane anymore. So at least one person has to stay in the middle to soak up the experience. So Rubik is here, but now this is a good rotation. Tinker was top and his TP was on cooldown. So what Slug did was, instead of TPing back to the top lane, which I would have done, which many other players would have done, Slug just TP to the middle. So this is something that does not happen to your game. Trust me, this does not happen. Very good rotation by Slug. Slug doesn't really give a shit about contesting that. Tuskar was gonna die anyways, so Slug is just focusing on the farm. And to be honest, I have to say the Radiant team is losing right now. I mean, it's not significant difference, but Tidehunter was left alone in the bottom lane like way too long, and This guy's level 8, this is level 7. Tidehunter has a soul ring, and he's still showing himself in the lane, and it looks like if Terrorblade wants to like totally dominate the lane, he has to use the Metamorphosis, but this has a long cooldown, so I can't really say Miracle is free farming this lane. Quelling Blade. He also has a Quelling Blade with the face boots, so Tidehunter is definitely competent in denying the creeps. Okay, but this guy does not have Metamorphosis. Liquid does not have it, so Tidehunter is not gonna die. Rubik is doing really bad in like blocking, but you can't underestimate Tidehunter. If Tidehunter actually had 1 point in Gush, which like doesn't really happen, Rubik would have died. But actually some players do that, like having 1 value point in Gush, but that is usually when, not because you have a solo kill potential, but that's when you know that you have a support roaming and he is sure going to rotate to the bottom lane and you're going to get killed by the Gush. So he now has to put the 1 point in Gush. This is because of the Winter Raven. It's really good synergy with. Okay, so I can see what Tidehunter was trying to do. He was trying to use Ravage before Miracle, the TP. Terrorblade was using Thunder, but they failed. But they got Rubik, and now this guy, Thunder is on cooldown, Metamorphosis on cooldown, and this is the worst situation that can happen to Terrorblade. It is by forcing Terrorblade to use Metamorphosis defensively. So now that what else can Miracle do other than TPing to here and keep farming? So this TP is also really high level play, but the Dire team did great by just forcing Miracle to use his ultimate. Essentially, Metamorphosis is his ultimate, and forcing him to go to jungle. So the laning is over. The laning phase is officially over now. This is now going to be a warfare of rotation. Underlord still hits really hard, and the saddest part of Slock is that this guy actually needs a lot of babysitting. Even still, this guy is not a good laner. So Slug also has to go jungle. He has a Quelling Blade, Glove of Haste. So yeah, he can actually jungle, but he does not have as many levels as Miracle. It's because Miracle was having an essentially solo lane. It was Miracle versus Tidehunter, so Miracle was getting solo experience. But Underlord did really well job in contesting the top lane. So Slug was constantly getting the splitted down experience between him and Winter Raven and Tuskar. So Slug is slightly underleveled. Let's see what he does to come back to the game. He's rushing Shadowblade, which is classic. But it's fine. Slug is kind of having bad game, yes. But Tinker already got boost of travel like 2 minutes ago. And he's really getting close to Blinktaker. So at this rate, if Tinker decides to like run Shiva, run something like Shiva's Scud is okay, but if he gets Hex, if he wants to rush Hex after Blinktaker, he can even get it at like minute 22, and that's gonna be disgusting. That's like game winning item for them. So this is how you beat the pro player. Yeah, Terrorblade is Liquid.Miracle, the best player in Dota 2 history, yes, but with the correct lineup and team play, and by just like letting the enemy forcing the rotation, it can be played right, and they're now winning the game. Tide is here, Ravage and cooldown for 1 second. I think he's gonna use Ravage. Ravage! Wow. Storm has double damage, that's why he was hitting so hard. So Storm decided to like, this was actually a really good gank by Storm. Remember how like Storm was having the worst game in the early game, but he got the double damage run, so this is a chance for him to come back by killing them. But he only managed to find 1 kill. Well, better than nothing, but he wants to kill this guy too. He has no mana. He has Soul Ring, but he has a really low health, so I don't think he can dive in. And Tinker is back, that means Storm can die. I think Storm is gonna die here. Wasn't it coming? Okay, he actually survived, okay. So they popped smoke, I think. Somebody popped smoke. Wow, very good. Are they actually gonna do it? One more, okay. So this stats is totally worth it. So what Winter Raven did is just he's dead, but he stopped Storm spread from snowballing. If Storm actually survived the fight and got the Winter Raven, he might have actually made himself a much better situation, even though he terribly suffered in his early game. But Storm died here, so Storm is now back to score 1. Miracle just doing his best. He still has Metamorphosis. I think it's now off cooldown. Okay, it's gone. So Tide Hunter is now not afraid of Miracle anymore. Now that the Metamorphosis is gone. Storm Spray misses the Storm Ball. Pretty good save by Winter Wyvern. Tide is not gonna die, and Tinker is now behind the lane. They have to run away. Storm has bottle charge. Well, Tide is dead. Very good play by Rubik. Okay, that guy has to die. Okay, this is actually big. Wow, Tinker is dead. Oh my god. Okay. So Tinker got caught. That's actually the spot where it is predictable. And Underlord did really good job in casting a Speed of Malice and caught Tinker right there. So really big play by the Virgin team. So everything was happening, and we forgot about Slug, right? He was off the map. What this guy was doing, he was just farming. He got Aquila. Aquila is just good. Yeah, some people say Aquila is bad on Slug. It's just gonna AFK jungle, but I think Aquila is the item for Slug. He's been jungling. He's now getting close to Terrorblade. Let's see if this guy can do something to the game. But then he needs like Slug is going to need the next 2 minutes to farm Terrorblade, I think, and then something is going to happen to the game because it's gonna be roaming around the map and pressuring the enemy. Okay, so judging from the lineup, it is not easy for Slug to kill anyone. Well, you can't really say that. Okay, I mean Rubik is easy, right? But at this level, Rubik is not just going to die that easily. He will get Sentry, and if Slug wants to kill Rubik, I think Slug will have to. He has to be prepared because Rubik shouldn't be alone. When Slug has Shadowblade, Rubik will know that, and Rubik will never be alone. So making the Slug very costly to kill Rubik. That's what good supports will do. So Rubik is the only one that can be very easily get captured by Slug. The weakness of the Dire team is that they don't really have any pushing power. See that? Like, I know that Tinker has like this, and Tinker is amazing at pushing, but problem is nobody is able to hit the tower. Nobody is really good at sieging the tower. Who's gonna hit the tower? Slug? No. He's too valuable. Toscar? No. Tide Hunter? No. So nobody can hit the tower. This is why you guys can see that all the tier 1 towers are alive. Like, yeah, this fight is happening, but yeah, they're gonna die. But problem is, even though they win this fight, since they did not lose any tier 1 tower, this can actually be a really big problem. Because Miracle found a lot of space to farm. He's level 14. He's now getting close to Scotty. Oh, wow. I think he's gonna get Manta style first. Or not, he's gonna get the Scotty. Because now stat is so good. Okay, that seems very unpleasant situation. Blocking. He might even die here. He's gonna die, yeah. So Miracle got a little greedy here. He should have ran out much earlier. So I think the enemy team TP to the Shrine and take out Miracle. Okay, Tide Hunter going for Solar Crest. Face Boots. He has a Shadow Blade now. Going for the Echo Saber. Okay, Slug. What ideally Slug wants to do at this point is he does want to lane farm, yes, but he has a Shadow Blade, so he wants to do this. He wants to farm by killing the hero. So notice how before using Leap right away, Slug maximized on right clicking the enemy before using his Leap. It's gonna die here because the enemy flawlessly executed him, but yeah, that's what I want to comment on. This is a very good counter play by the enemy. This is exactly what I talked about. From the lane up, nobody is going to die that easily to Slug. Underlord is just naturally really tanky. He has a HOD, HOTD, and Pipe. Rubik is possibly the only person, but Rubik is not going to expose himself like just in that manner. So Slug wanted to kill Underlord, but he was too tanky to kill, and Slug is not going to pay. So this does not look good for the Dire team. Dire team seemed to be winning like lane, like they did okay in laning, and how Miracle was suffering in the lane from the Tide Hunter, and Tinker got so fucking fat, like owning Storm. But this is how pubs are getting played. Most pub games are like being played even at higher levels. Nobody knows what's really going to happen. Pub games are stupid, yes. Notice how Miracle was trying to stack the camp, and Rubik blocked the camp, and Miracle is now getting well played. So yeah, that's the difference between pro player and just a regular pub. He should not have blocked it, and it's actually surprising that Miracle, even as a character player, he was kept paying attention to the game, and he did not even miss anything. Like when he has to stack camp, he will do it. When he has to do rotation, he will just do it. So Miracle is the guy like just doing everything. Very good player. Okay, yeah, he got the Manta Stealth. That's what I thought he was gonna get. And his next item is going to be the. Is he thinking about getting Hurricane Pike? Underlord is coming. Now that Terrorblade has I guess Aegis. Thanks to the patch note, Aegis. Okay, he's not thinking of getting Hurricane Pike. I think he's just gonna get Dragon Lance and go for the Butterfly right away. So if you get Dragon Lance, it just gives Terrorblade a lot of stats, and it makes him much powerful when he has Metamorphosis. So that makes sense. Don't need to get Hurricane Pike unless you really have to. Okay, Underlord does not die from it. He has a pipe, and Storm is gonna get the kill. Actually, Rubik got the kill. Yeah, like Slug is here, but this is a really goofy. Slug is kind of tricky one. I mean, he's getting BKB. Okay, even though he gets BKB, I don't think nobody is going to die that easily. Like there are many ways to kite Slug, and it just looks hard. So it turned out Slug is a hero that unless he managed to get very fast Shadow Blade and just totally demolish the enemy in the early game, he's still not a really good hero. Because Slug can't do anything. The raiding team is just going to group up now that they have Aegis. They're just going to group up, they're going to take down the middle tower, they're going to take the bottom tower, and as long as they're responding correctly to the Tinker's split pushing, there really isn't anything that this guy can do. So at the moment, when is anyone getting Boots of Trouble? So he's staying the brown boots. Yeah, well, Underlord cannot really get Boots of Trouble. Storm, Rubik. Okay. What I was gonna mention was talking about Boots of Trouble. So when you're playing against Tinker, having at least one guy like Invoker getting Boots of Trouble is really good to like shut down Tinker. Tinker benefits a lot by split pushing, but having Boots of Trouble counters that. But yeah, unfortunately, nobody in this team has a Boots of Trouble. Storm is gonna die. Look at how poor Storm is. Okay, poor. No item for Storm spread. It's minute 22 and Storm has Kaya, and that's all. He was getting close to Orchid, but this is already too late. So if you're playing Storm Spirit and everything breaks out even, he can get Orchid by like minute something like 19 or even earlier, even if he gets Kaya between. So this Orchid is very late. So the point, what I want to focus on this game right now is how Slug can come back to the game. Is he able to come back to the game? And for the enemy side, can Stone Spirit come back to the game? Because these two are the heroes that are really behind at this point. So Tinker is just gonna do the Tinker things, now get the Aghanim Scepter. Okay. It's not gonna get BKB. They're pressuring tier 2 tower. Liquid.Miracle still has Aegis. He has a butterfly now. So he skipped the wow, perfect fucking stun and ultimate setup by Alpha Titan. Ravage coming in, can Rubik steal it? Nope, he got stunned. Terrorblade is in the thunder at the perfect time. Fucking Miracle. Crossbow gonna die. Well, great save by Tinker, but I think he's still gonna die from the illusion. Liquid got it, they lost the Underlord. But thank God to the Metamorphosis, they're gonna siege the tower. And Storm is just farming bottom. This is the saddest part. Storm has to farm bottom. What else can he do? He knows that he can't want this shit in the... I still think he has to participate. I don't think like Storm like assess himself as really very underfarmed, but Storm has to show up here. Don't understand why. He does not have Aegis. He's not gonna die. Very close one. So I don't understand why Storm was split pushing bottom and he did not even get the tier 1 tower. Tier 1 tower is still alive, so Storm was farming for Orchid, like I get it, but I cannot agree with this guy. Like everyone was fighting till death and Storm Spirit was just farming jungle in the bottom lane and he achieved nothing. So yeah. What's your rank, Storm? 497. You're high, man. You're high in rank. Rubik is the lowest one. Okay. I'll be surprised if Dire Team actually win this game. Don't think they're gonna win though, because Miracle is too fat. He's now going for the BKB. Okay, so BKB plus Butterfly with Terrorblade at level 20. How do you deal with that? How do you kill Terrorblade with that? Do you think Slok with Midas can work? So like Midas is basically saying that like I'm useless for the first 20 minutes. I'm gonna get fast Midas and from there I'm gonna snowball hard and I'll win mid to late game. I mean it makes sense to me. I've seen some guys like some other players getting Midas with Slok and getting successful with it. Because even right now Slok with BKB is not even a threat. So with BKB is actually better. Because it is not possible for the Radiant team to burst down Slok right away because he has BKB. But Slok really cannot kill anyone. If he has Silver Edge and Monkey King Bar, then he is a threat, but he's not even that farm anymore. And the only way for Slok to have Silver Edge, BKB, and something like MKB, Monkey King Bar, by minute 30 is by having only Midas. That's what I figure. Wyvern is dead, Rebus has been used. Can Slok find anyone? Well, the Terrorblade seems like a real one. Glimmer Cape, Shadowblade running out. Now this guy's isolated. No, you cannot cast that courier, man. You can't. So this is too sad. Slok can't really do anything. So I don't necessarily blame the hero, like Slok as a hero, but this is the laner problem, and this is a result of the Radiant team getting rewarded by playing very aggressive top in the early game with Underlord and Elbow Titan. So that Slok was not free farming. Terrorblade is way too farm. So Slok has to rush MKB, right? So Slok is basically saying that, okay, by getting MKB, I want to kill Terrorblade. But I don't think it's going to happen. Slok is just, Adam is like just too poor. He needs much more than this. BKB Miracle use, he can still use Thunder, he knows that, that's why Miracle is getting YOLO. Storm Spirit dived in at the right time. Tinker died, Slok is in trouble. Pop BKB, but he has to run away. Tinker about back, healed up, Tinker is in trouble. If he dies, the game is over. Okay, the game is over. So, this is how the game is over, guys. That's actually, so the game is over. I'm not going to bother. Well, I will watch, but I want to talk about this. The ranking. Looks like it's not processing well. Don't think this was a fair game. Like, the Dire team had like a bunch of triple digit players, whereas Miracle was 35 in rank, the best player, and the other guy also had a really high in rank in the Radiant team. So How do you win, man? How do you win? There definitely was a skill gap between Terrorblade and Slock as a carry player. Miracle was making the best decision. Almost every moment of the game, Miracle was making the best decision. And Slock definitely played with some flaws. Elder Titan, very good ultimate, locked on the Tidehunter. Tuskar is gone, so the game is over. I want to see their rank, but they don't win. Okay, 3589. So if you are at top 100 in Dota 2, if you belong to top 100, top 100, that's actually insane. Like you're by the numbers, you're just saying that you're the best player, one of the best players in the world. So they have two of them, and Storm is like 490, still high compared to mine, but 497, 1000, 4621. But if you look at these players, this guy's top 100, but other players are like top 300 ish. So I don't think this was fair. Having these two players in the same team, they cannot win. I don't think they can win. There is definitely a skill gap between these two players and the other players in this game. That's how Underlord was able to fuck with everyone else in the top lane. How Underlord was like trading hits, trading that, and breaking down even in the off lane, which means that off laner is winning. So, okay, yeah, we're gonna watch the game, but the game is over. Now that this guy, the Scotty and Storm Spirit actually came back to the game by just like not doing anything significant, but just sitting behind and wait for everything to happen. Terrorblade kill everyone. So yeah, Storm had a bad game, but this is how you guys win, man. Guys, this is how you guys win. He's gonna die. If you're having a bad game, just rely on your allies. Who knows what's gonna happen? Miracle is just so fucking calm. Sunder, Tuskar is gonna die. Oh, he didn't die. Get the Mega Creep. Okay, everyone is wiped. Okay, so it's pretty saddening to see my slug losing the game, but I think, yeah, this sucks. I'm not going to give up on Slug. I'm going to keep looking for a good Slug game, because I think Slug can come back to the game. But in this game, Slug was not having a good time in laning, and yeah, I think that was the biggest factor. Slug was not having a good time in laning. I do not agree with him leveling Pounce instead of Essence Shift at level 1. That was also a big factor. And the enemy Underlord did just too well in outplaying in the off lane. This guy did too well. Yeah. And I will seriously think about getting Midas as Slug in my game, I think, and to see how things go. Slug and Midas can work. Like if you get Midas, you get attack speed, so it's not the worst thing that can happen to your game. And yeah, you do want to get Ollie Shadowblade, but why not just get Brown Boots, Midas, and then you get Shadowblade, so you can get Shadowblade around minute 17. That doesn't sound that bad. You will need Midas because Slug is not the guy who can actively outpush the lane and farm in the lane without taking any risk. So Slug cannot do that. Slug is not the guy that can do that. Abaddon can do that, Underlord can do that, but Slug can't. This is why everyone in this meta was avoiding to pick Slug. So this is how things go, guys. Like Tinker won the game, like Tinker literally won the game in the Ollie, but this dismantling Storm Spirit, but he still loses the game. So this is where you did fine individually, you perform near flawless, but you still lose, so I'm fucking mad. This is fucking Dota. Okay, this was really fun watching and commentating. Look at Miracle 9-2 Butterflies. Like his item build was perfect. Like the way he moved around the map, that he's utilizing the map, like the position he's in, everything's just too perfect. Like you cannot play at this level. This is not human. Very good play by Miracle and Underlord. Okay, that was it, guys. Thanks for watching.